welcome back. Messages from your specific person, the person on your mind the most. 2 messages, please. You're always on my mind, so someone's thinking about you a great deal. I'm afraid of commitment. Ah, right, that's interesting. So yeah, you're always on their mind, but they're frightened of committing to you. Bottom of the deck, the unknown. I have let other people, this is interesting, manipulate me into ghosting you. Right. There's other people that don't want you to be together. Okay, for whatever reason. It's a general reading, but I think you'll know who these people are. So yeah, there's other people that are stopping you really coming back into some sort of union. They are afraid of commitment as well, which I'll have a little look at. There is that energy there. But I think the main energy is that they're letting other people control what they do, which really probably isn't very good for you anyway, because that means, you know, if they're not strong enough to stand up to other people in your relationship, then it's quite difficult. It's quite a difficult one. So let's have a look. Let's see what's going on today. See what wants to come out about these other people first, I think. So give this deck a shuffle. Just while I'm shuffling this though, if you would like a reading, just click on the title of the video. Okay, links are in the description box to the website, and also check out the free relationship report. And again, thank you so much for your support. It really does mean the world to me at the moment. I'm really, really grateful. All your likes, your comments, thank you. Who are these people? Okay. I think you came along. I mean, you could have been together for quite a while with this person. But these other people, they're just jealous. They're very, very jealous. They don't like change, okay? And you know specifically what I feel they've been saying, and this is massively specific, so take what resonates. Your person's letting other people ghost you. And I think what they're saying is, oh, the grass is greener on the other side. They could have persuaded your person to, I'm even hearing the word emigrate or move to a different state. I know it's not emigration, but, you know, the USA is a huge country compared to the UK. Or possibly just change country, okay? The people who are manipulating them could have been your friends. If they were family, they posed as friends, okay? But they are the main reason between your person's indecisiveness. It's like they are saying, oh, well, you're comfortable where you are. Don't go back to that. Don't do it. But your person is not comfortable where they are. I feel they are on the brink of a decision, but they're paralysed by fear. On the one hand, they've got one sort of foot rooted, and on the other hand, they're just looking out as if to say, you know, gosh, that's out there for me, but they're not doing anything. Like I say, they're just almost paralysed by fear. Okay. Anything else? Not very nice, that, is it? Other people manipulating people to go, you know, to ghost. Yeah, they've encouraged your person to let go. They've encouraged your person, really. I feel what they've done is they've encouraged your person not to make contact, to cut off communication with this Four of Swords, and really just literally to block you, okay? And, you know, that to encourage them to stay where they are, and they're better off where they are, etc., etc., and that there's more opportunities elsewhere. Not nice. Right, there's a lot of fire energy here. Aries, Sagittarius or Leo, if that means anything to anybody today. And I've also got specifically Cancerian energy. Yeah, it's like they're blocking your person's way. They're blocking them. They're manipulating your person, okay? It's like they're just totally in the way. You know, I don't always just go read images, but this image here, it's like your person's looking for you. They're wanting to come forward, but these other people are blocking your person's way. And to be honest, I think your person's quite weary. Okay, it's like they haven't got any strength left. No, it's like they've death reversed. They're still stuck on you. They don't want this to be it. But I feel they haven't got an ability, or they've got this inability, or they haven't got the energy to move forward. They're resisting change. I mean, to be honest, I think in some shape or form they're dependent on these people for whatever it is. You know, it might not be financial, it might not be where they live, but for some reason they've made themselves dependent on someone or some people who are manipulating them into not speaking to you. Again, this water energy and fire. Okay, top of the deck. Yeah, you could have known these people. There was a lot of betrayal, a lot of backstabbing, bitching, bad-mouthing, real nasty, pasty energy going on here. But I think your person's just very, very tired. It's like they're just exhausted. That's one of the reasons I feel that they're like a maybe. They know they've got a choice to make. Okay, they know they want to move, but they've got a fear of change because a load of other people or one person is feeding them, you know, in their ear, something else. They know they need to sever the ties. You're always on their mind. They're possibly frightened of commitment because these other people are saying, oh, well, you know, it won't work out. It won't work out. It didn't work out last time. Okay? Meddling. You get this a lot, you know, people meddle. Usually because they're not happy within their own lives in some shape or form. I know that's a general statement, but it just happens. People are usually meddlers where they've had a bad relationship of their own, or they're feeling lonely, or their partner's having an affair, or there's something going on in their life that they feel the need, because they can't, because instead of them going within and sorting their own mess out and, you know, doing the work on themselves or their own relationship, they don't do that. Instead of facing it, what they're doing is manipulating your relationship. That's sad. That is sad. Anything on the commitment, please? They're frightened. They're frightened. They're frightened of commitment because of the upheaval it's going to cause. Okay? Because other people aren't going to be happy. They know that. They know that by recommitting or coming forward or whatever they need to do, there's going to be a tower moment. And within the environment they're in and whoever they're mixing with, this tower moment will, I feel, cause other people with this card, you know, this particular card will cause them to, you know, there's just going to be a mess. That's what they're frightened of. So instead of doing anything, they're just like sitting in hermit energy at the moment, thinking about you, soul searching. They're lonely. Okay? They're lonely. But they're not doing anything. They're almost, you know, this card in certain aspects, especially with this Two of Wands, where that is, it can just mean you're paralysed by fear. Okay, so they're lonely. They're being manipulated. They're tired. They're fatigued. Oh, gosh, top of the deck. Yeah, there's definitely, gosh, Page of Swords, you see. The Page of Swords can mean a person who is, it is that interfering gossip, all right? But not even a very clever gossip. You know, sometimes if you get people who will, you know that if somebody told you a certain thing, okay, that you would keep stum. You wouldn't say a word because you know the damage it would cause. Even if you were itching to, you just would keep quiet. Okay, this person doesn't do that. They love it. They love it, and then they pretend to be your friend. Okay, they pretend to be your friend. Now the Page of Swords for me is an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Could be a younger person, can be a child. You know, child can be anyone, 20s, 30s, or someone who is just completely immature. Okay, they are hypocritical. They can be malicious. They always want that bit of gossip to get one over. And you know something? I really strongly believe this is someone who is not happy in their own life. Possibly in a relationship, I'm hearing. And they like to have your person either as their best friend or something like that, you know. I don't think you trusted this person. You might have done to start with, but towards the end you didn't. Okay. They just like causing problems. They like causing problems. This is the sort of person who will send lots of little snippets in messages. It's a Swords card, so it's communication. It's the written word, all right? That is your culprit. That is your culprit. You know, they like to put, they will project themselves, and they probably are intelligent, you know, they're very curious, and they can be very witty, but for God's sake, don't tell them anything. And they are, I feel, the major manipulator here. Right, are they going to do anything? Where is my tarot deck? Let's get this one out. Let's see if they're coming forward. Have we got any movement here with this person, or are they just going to sit lonely, you know, with someone who just bitches and bad mouths? Are they coming forward, please? It's heavy, sticky. Okay, 2 cards, take them in order. Yeah, eventually. I call this card sometimes a gilded cage. If you watch me, you probably heard me say this. On paper, the people manipulating them saying, yes, you're comfortable, you've got this, you've got that, you've got X, Y, and Z, okay? But it's coming at a price. You know, you can have all the possessions. It's a material possession card. You can have all the material possessions in the world, and you can still be longing for somebody else, okay? You can still be longing for somebody else. Yeah, I feel they will come forward eventually, okay? I do think they will come in eventually. Just watch out and make sure that, you know, with this card, that they're being, I'm not saying transparent, but it's not just all about them, okay? It's not just all about them. Make sure they come in with exactly, if this is what you want, what you want. Don't take any half measures, I'm hearing. But yeah, the sun. I think when they do come in with you, that you will be very firm with them. And I don't mean bossy. You just know your own worth, okay? But it is a positive outcome. For somebody here, it is a positive outcome, okay? They're going to move away from this materialism, whatever it is. And also, this person I've described, that this person's just totally unconcerned with the feeling of others. Absolutely. I'm just hearing they could have seduced them with a property or a different area. Okay, but loads of gossip going on. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Prepare though, because I think this person doesn't like to lose. Whoever they are, they don't like to lose. Okay, and they don't care who ends up crying. They want all the toys. It's really do feel it's an air sign. I do feel it's an air sign. Could be an Aquarian with this card. And they want it all. They want to win. Okay, but yeah, you have got a good ending here with this person, but make sure that you just get exactly, not get, that's the wrong word, but know your own worth. Okay, know your own worth with this. Stand your ground, and if this is what you want, get very clear. Do not, this person, you just have to see yourself back with your person, and that person's gone. It's a different timeline. It's a completely different timeline. Otherwise, you will still have that. If you visualize yourself back, say with your person, but you're still telling the story in your head about how this person, quite rightly so, is a bit of a problem and a manipulator, then that is what will happen. That's why I always say with reconciliations, we can reconcile and we can bring people back in. We can bring anybody back in if we put our mind to it. But if we've still got triggers or part of the old story, like this manipulation, then every time, say your person doesn't do something, or you, even if they haven't done it, your brain will automatically go to that trigger and can start you on a spiral. So get very, very clear on what you want. So let's just have one card for you. Yeah, I think, the message for you with your person is when you do meet up, blend both your ideas. So they've got to listen to you, and there's got to be a solution here that everyone agrees on, okay? And then open mind to compromise and working together, all right? I feel your person will want a moderate approach to this after everything that's gone on. But yeah, just really a balanced conversation, because that is the Two of Cups. Okay, the last card I'm pulling today is the Two of Cups, Two of Emotion, Two of Cups. The relationship will grow closer, but you two, soulmates, whatever word you want to call it, you just see eye to eye, you're balanced, okay? You get each other. You did have a lot of mutual respect for each other. You understood each other. You could, you're just with someone and you can speak to them with your thoughts. You know what the other person's going to say before they even open their mouth, okay? Don't give up on a relationship that feels, that it's over. If this is you, there's still hope, okay? But it's not hope. You don't have to hope for anything. You just have to believe before you see it, okay? Hope's a beautiful word, but no, if you say, I am in a relationship with this person, it is all sorted out, and, we are absolutely, whatever your thing is, and you say, it's done, and then you don't keep telling a different story to that story, it will come into your reality, okay? The word manifest, sometimes I think people think that's like some sort of poof of smoke. It's scientific. It's the way this universe, or rather you are the universe, works, okay? But this person will come back in, and they're hoping that you can sit down and have a discussion that suits both of you, okay? That came out first, but now I see the Two of Cups. I do strongly believe that is really, if it's what you want, you will get it, okay? You will get it, but you've got to let go of this, manipulating person. Like I say, I feel it's an air sign, hypocritical, not a very nice person, quite spiteful, probably smiles at you and stabs you in the back. Yeah. It was, and also before I finish, it's almost like this person was like a devil on your back. You'll know what that means if this reading's for you. So I'll leave it with you. Remember, look after yourselves, and always remember who you are, okay? Always pull your power back to you, claim all your energy back, and just go for gold. Go for gold, okay? Don't accept anybody else's half measures. If it doesn't make you feel how you want to feel, No, it's a no. It's a big fat no. Okay, and also no is a very good word. It is a complete answer. No. No, no, and no. All right, take care. Big hugs to you all. Love you. Speak soon. Bye.